So I decided, since we didn't really come to a consensus, to call the podcast The Feeding Tube.
I agree.
I like that one.
No comment, I just agree.
Nice. All right. So that's what this is, The Feeding Tube.
Of knowledge.
The feeding tube of knowledge and discussion.
And we don't have a choice, that's why it's a feeding tube.
Mm-hmm. It's going directly into your bodies.
Without your consent.
Correct.
That's what they use with prisoners that want to kill themselves.
Very little consent, for sure.
Oh yeah, no, definitely little to no consent.
Really, the consent you're seeing there is slim to none. So yeah.
Man.
I was thinking, at some point in the distant future, it might be a good idea to, I want to know what you think about it, turn the podcast so it's both video and audio. Like, so it's just like a camera. We'd be in a different setup.
Yeah.
But it's like we'd be sitting in chairs or sitting at a table or something like that.
Checks out.
Also, because then we could have guests on and it'd be more like interactive.
Like Brett.
But at the same time, I still do like the audio only aspect. So maybe...
It makes me feel like a radio man.
Yeah, maybe two separate things going on or two, but this is a long ways away.
We have it all planned out, Kev.
For sure. Everything is planned in detail and everything is going to happen according to the plan.
Mm-hmm. And if...
Brett.
And if this doesn't go according to plan, which it will, but if for some reason it doesn't, we're just going to have to kill a couple people.
Yeah, you never know what's going to happen with us.
Yeah. Speaking of killing people.
Yeah? Did you kill somebody?
Hiding bodies, Kevin.
Hiding bodies is no problemo. I've decided...
That's what I think.
I've decided, well, it depends. If the person you kill, if the body in question formerly belonged to a person that you knew or is a family member, then it's going to be hard because the FBI is going to come a knocking.
Or the Secret Service is going to come a knocking, boy.
They're going to come a knocking.
Mm-hmm.
And
very true.
In which case, it's going to be difficult to cover up. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like
everyone's a suspect.
Everyone's a suspect, and they're not going to stop. They're not going to stop looking for this person. Probably not going to stop until they find him. Mm-hmm. And if everybody else has a good alibi, and you do not, now that's where good pals come in, because then you could call up your friend and be like, "Oh, he was at my place.
He was at my place, big chillin', smoking weed."
But if it's a total stranger or someone that you've only met like once or barely know, or if it's like another person at a school that has 2,700 people in it that you don't really know, then I feel like you could get away with it. I feel like you could
definitely get away with it fairly easily, and like serial killers. Mm-hmm. Those go into cold cases for 27 years or something. True. Then all of a sudden, boom, opens up again because someone slipped up with evidence that they just found.
Yeah, you serial killers got to be careful because they can't. It shouldn't all be in one location. If they leave any patterns of any kind.
Exactly, patterns.
So
dogs, dude.
Dogs
are
that
insane.
Shit out.
Bloodhounds, you have to cover the body in alcohol or something.
Yeah, you gotta scrub it down. You gotta mask that smell. You gotta mask everything.
I feel, this is my personal opinion. So I live out in the wildernesses.
Sure.
I feel like I just make a bonfire, Kevin.
And just burn it?
I've never done it before, so maybe it'll leave a stench that's very obvious. It
probably would, unless you. Well, no, probably
unless
still
it's a
would.
big bonfire.
Yeah.
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 Mm-hmm. For sure. Murder, am I right, bro?
I mean, yes. I just found it really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So, the FBI. I thought the FBI was I don't even know what I thought.
Well, the Federal Bureau of Investigations.
Bureau?
Bureau. That's what
Bureau.
I always said. Bureau.
What's a bureau, Kev? I don't even know what that is.
Just organization.
Of investigation.
Let's just call it
wait,
that.
no, that does make sense. Federal Bureau of Investigation.
Yeah, let's just call it, yeah. Yeah.
No, that doesn't make sense. I don't really know what I thought they did. But the CIA is something not totally different, but...
Central Intelligence...
Yeah, agency.
probably. Yeah, probably
I think
agency.
I'm pretty sure they're just They're just,
Well, they're like the next step up.
Yeah, they're like CIA on steroids, and they don't even operate in America, apparently. Is this true?
I believe it. I don't know if that's true, but I believe it.
Yeah, like,
And FBI and I think FBI and CIA can often, like, if the CIA is doing something bad, then the FBI will, like, investigate the CIA.
Oh, they just keep each other in check.
Yeah, but of course, as far as I know, the CIA is way more corrupt than the FBI.
The Guantanamo Bay.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
What else? What are those ones like Project Alderwood where they were going to kill people and then go to war?
You mean,
what's it called?
Operation Greenwood?
Greenwood, not Alderwood.
Alderwood. Nice. No, yeah, that was, I think the CIA had something to do with that, maybe.
Yeah, no, definitely. What's the SWAT team under, though? I
feel like that's under CIA.
Yeah, no, I was going to say FBI.
Really? You think it's just the hardcore FBI guys?
I think
I thought it was just like the police equivalent of the CIA. Maybe we can look it up. That's what I thought it was.
Because I thought the FBI was like, or the SWAT teams are like under the, like, control, I guess? Under the control of the FBI.
Is SWAT a part of the CIA?
The CIA.
CIA.
CIA outside.
What is higher, the SWAT, Secret Service, FBI, or CIA?
Oh, Secret Service, Kev. Forgot about those bad boys. Those babes. Those absolute cutie pies.
Well, none of these agencies report to each other in a hierarchy. FBI generally has broader powers than city police, who might have a SWAT team in situations. So city police could even have a SWAT team. So I guess they're just like the hardcore.
They're just the
police.
Elite police.
Yeah, but depending on the situation, the city cops will often retain control as the incident commander. The Secret Service has a different mandate than the FBI.
What does that mean?
They do different stuff.
Secret Service. Secret Service is solely for the president.
Oh, it says the Secret Service's role is in counterfeiting and other currency crime and federal protection. So yeah, president. And stuff like that.
Wow. They make sure no one's making fake money.
They're not that useful when working homicides, unlike the FBI. The CIA is a civilian agency that collects human intelligence, mostly outside the country. The CIA officer has no arrest, military, or law enforcement powers.
The CIA has no... Wow.
Yes, not.
So what? What?
And of course, we had a teacher who I believe went to the CIA, right?
That's so strange that they don't have any law enforcement.
But when you're in the CIA, you're locked off. It's not like FBI. You can just have a job as in the FBI and it's just to live a normal life. But
yeah, no. CIA, I have a friend.
CIA is way more like top secret and stuff.
Yeah, no. I have a friend. Her dad is part of the CIA, and he's always out and about.
Yeah.
Like, he's always out and about doing suspicious things.
Yeah.
Like being in Panama, probably.
Probably.
God, fucking
Panama.
But, no, yeah. Guantanamo Bay. What was the other one I wanted to talk about? What's another one of those really fucked up mass murders that was going to be, or like...
Mass murders?
Not mass murders.
Tiananmen Square? That's China.
No one cares about China.
No one cares about
Oh,
China.
speaking of China, Kevin. Coronavirus.
Oh, yeah. The hot new... Well, you've seen the meme, of course, that every 20s of every decade, there's a huge virus that kills a ton of people.
Is that true?
That's true. Since the 1320s, there's been like some massive outbreak of disease that has like killed an assload of people and been super devastating. So I'll try to look it up while we talk what's going on with the coronavirus.
Well, no, I want to know what the ones were. What was the 1920s virus?
1320s, bubonic plague is carried by rats and fleas. 1420s, Black Death breakouts.
Wait, I thought Black Death and bubonic plague were the same thing.
I guess not. 1520s, Aztec Empire destroyed by smallpox.
Oh, okay.
1620s, almost all Mayflower passengers die of disease and infect much of the colony. 1720s, Great Plague of Marseille.
Never heard of that.
1820s, cholera epidemic, 1920s Los Angeles phonomic plague, and the 1920s had another one too. I forget.
I don't even know what the phonomic plague is.
I forget what it was, but it was even bigger than the Los Angeles phonomic plague. And of course, the meme is classic Eminem. Something's wrong. I can feel it because
something wrong. I can feel it.
So that means, if anything, I mean, coronavirus. I could definitely see that being added to the list.
That's.
So buckle up, ladies and gents.
No, Kevin, there's something that.
I'm just waiting for the
aliens.
I'm just waiting for the zombie apocalypse to strike in the 20s. Speaking of zombie apocalypse, I'm getting hyped for over the past week or so. That's coming out in a few months.
The Walking Dead?
The Last of Us Part 2.
Oh, The Last of Us Part 2.
I've been watching. I found that Troy Baker and Nolan North, who play Joel and David in the game and are also
prolific. Who's David?
David, he was the cannibal guy. That Ellie kills towards the end.
Oh, okay.
But they're prolific video game actors. Nolan North was also Nathan Drake in the Uncharted games.
Oh,
and Troy Baker was in that too. But I found out they had a YouTube channel, and they're currently playing through the first game, The Last of Us, and they have guests on every episode who were part of the game, like the actress who played Sarah. They had on for the first episode, so she could watch her character die, which was thoroughly entertaining.
I think that would be weird for them to watch them play the game and their voice is one of the people. I think that would be really weird.
Although Troy Baker is so crazy because he sounds nothing like Joel at all. Joel has this really deep Southern accent. And he sounds nothing like that. He's really good at putting on a voice.
Oh, I was gonna say, is that because it's been a long time, or
no? He's just really good at putting on a voice. But
it's very strange.
No, but it's very interesting, and it's especially entertaining because Nolan North. So despite being in the game, knows next to nothing about the game outside of the basic concept, and he's also not that great at video games, so it's thoroughly entertaining. But I'm hyped for Last of Us 2. It's reminded me of how much I loved the first game.
Who made it?
Naughty Dog.
Never heard of them. Wait, they were the guys that made not Overwatch, Watch Dog, weren't they?
No, I don't think so. I think they did Crash Bandicoot back in the day, and then they switched to
those styles of game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice. But yeah, The Last of Us was I watched it when I was 12. And it was
I watched PewDiePie play it.
Yeah, I did too. I watched PewDiePie play it, and then I've watched a couple since. But that was the first time that I realized how invested I could get into a fictional story and fictional characters. It's that game was the breakthrough of how much I loved storytelling and all that.
Really?
That game, yeah. And that's it was the first video game I realized how invested you could get into video games too. But really just stories in general. Because that was before Walking Dead or Mr. Robot or watched any of those kind of shows. So yeah, pretty crazy. That game definitely holds a special place in the heart of this man right here. That game and Minecraft, probably my two favorite games.
Minecraft. Oh no, yeah. I would literally, Tobuscus. Everyone knows Tobuscus.
I remember Tobuscus.
I would literally. He was part 100 million something on his thing, on his Minecraft thing.
Yeah.
And I started on what's it called?
Part 1.
Part 1, and I got caught up in a week.
Yeah, I watched. I didn't watch a ton, but I did watch quite a good amount of Captain Sparkles back in the day.
I never did. Didn't he help make Minecraft?
No, I don't think so. He's just been a fan in Minecraft channel for a long time.
Really?
I mean, he's made a lot of the Minecraft songs and animations.
But what's the one that's always
Creeper?
Oh,
I think
yeah,
that was
him
originally.
I never watched him. Sky Does Minecraft was my go-to.
Yeah.
I always
didn't really watch him. And the Let's Play guys have a good Minecraft series too. I watched that a little bit.
Who's the Let's Play guys?
They're Rooster Teeth.
I never got what Rooster Teeth was.
Honestly, me neither. But I only watched their Minecraft Let's Plays, and I only watched the first 30 episodes or so. But it was really good. It was really entertaining.
Okay, them and Yogscast, I never got what they were just an organization of people.
I've heard of that. I've heard of Yogscast.
I never really liked them.
Yeah, and the only Rooster Teeth I watched was their Minecraft. And even then, they had 300 episodes, only watched 30 or so.
God, yeah, that's so true. I'd never... Yeah, Rooster Teeth made the... What's it called? What's that one called?
They make shows now. They did Genlock,
Never heard
which
of
is a recent one that has David Tennant and Maisie Williams in it.
Who are those people?
David Tennant was the 10th Doctor in Doctor Who.
Oh.
Also was in Jessica Jones and Harry Potter. And then Maisie Williams was Arya Stark in Game of Thrones. So pretty big actors. So they do big stuff now, I guess. But yeah, I never really watched. There's a lot of really big channels that I never watched, like Dude Perfect.
Oh,
or
no, I never watched those things.
Or what are some other ones? I don't know, like what's that one guy called? Vitaly.
Yeah. Nope, don't know him.
Or of course Ray William Johnson, a little before my time.
Sky Williams? You know that guy?
Sky Williams. I've heard of Sky Williams, I think. But anyway, speaking of YouTube, what else? Or I have some ideas of what we could eventually, similar to like I was talking with the podcast, do down the line. I'd like to do more live action content if we got some good cameras, specifically content involving us going to various locations and
supernatural
paranormal
that's basically
stuff.
On like that's the forefront. We're not gonna do dares, we're not gonna do vlogs.
Yeah, as far as the live action stuff goes, that would be the forefront.
I want it to look so legit.
And I'm not faking anything. Definitely not faking anything.
I want it to so people can't do that shit like, oh, that's just a dude in a costume.
Yeah.
I want it to make it look. I want it to look as authentic as possibly possible.
Yeah, and I feel like it'd be easy. We just need to get like three really good cameras that have night vision and good microphones that we get attached to them, and we get all the boys together
and get some nice flashlights that
get some good
flashlights. Fend off any demons.
Get some cameras. Well, we'd have like one or two cameras that we bring around, and then a camera if we were looking for ghosts or something, camera we could set up.
What's the one that like detects ghosts? What's that little device called?
Well, I mean, there's a spirit box. There's what's the one though?
It's an app that you can download. You like record the thing.
Yeah, I know. It records EVPs, which is electronic
EVP
voice
recorder?
phenomena. EVP recorder, I guess. Yeah, but it's something like that.
Yeah.
But like I watched a lot of Ghost Adventures back in
I didn't believe those.
Ghost Adventures was the only one that I did believe. Everyone else I was like totally fake 100%.
Is Ghost Adventures the one that was like, hi, my name is whatever.
Zach Baggins.
And then I didn't believe in ghosts until I
never believed in ghosts until I became face to face with one. Yeah,
yeah, I don't believe that guy.
I honestly, that was easily one of the more believable ones because
that's the only one I actually watched.
Now, the amount of episodes they've done, and I watched it for like 6 seasons or something, but the amount of episodes they've done make it a little questionable, but then sometimes you'll get episodes where they catch nothing. Like, they're just sitting up all night. They're like, oh, was that? No, it wasn't. They debunk a lot of stuff, and they never get something that's, like, so out of this, like, there's no way that's possible, or how is this possible? It's always, like, they get something on the EVP recorder, or maybe, like, they hear a noise, and it could be explained, or maybe... Or they have, like, little cameras where you can see, like, orbs going around, like... Oh, that may have been something.
Yeah, the orb. Shane Dawson did like the orb thingies.
It was almost always like stuff that was believable, that like could be explained some other way, or maybe it couldn't be explained.
Yeah, it wasn't over the top.
Yeah, but like other shows like Ghost Hunters, like I remember watching just a commercial for one. All of the things turn on at once, and the shower curtain goes crazy, and it's like it's like okay.
That's not the way we roll.
But Ghost Adventures I genuinely enjoyed, whether it was real or not, I enjoyed it. And yeah, it was one of the more believable ones. But I want to do stuff like that, but not just ghost-related stuff.
Like supernatural Skinwalker.
I'm
so scared of Skinwalkers.
Bigfoot. I mean, Bigfoot's kind of a silly one. It's a basic one, but...
Yeah, I don't want to do ones that are like mainstream, like Loch Ness Monster type of
stuff. Well, yeah, Loch Ness Monster isn't real. That one's like been debunked so hard.
Really? What was it?
It's just a fake picture. It's like
it's driftwood or something.
I think there is like a explanation, but
the last thing I heard with that explanation was it was an elephant with his trunk up.
Okay, I never heard that.
That was the last debunk I've ever heard.
I've heard that one's been hardcore debunked, yeah, but like my grandpa is so into Bigfoot and Sasquatch that it's actually ridiculous now. But then again, he's caught like video. There's video of him on YouTube from 40 years ago with him and his friends. Like in the woods in Puyallup. I think I might have told you this.
In Puyallup?
In Puyallup, Washington, because he and his all of his friend group. He's like 72 now, so he doesn't go out too much anymore. But up until 5 years ago or so,
Up until he got old.
up until like only 5 or 6 years ago, he and his friends were big Bigfoot believers, and would go out around here, Washington,
Try to find them.
and try to find stuff and try to find like tracks or poop or whatever. And they actually got, there's one recording in particular that's only like 30 seconds long from Puyallup that's, you can hear in the distance like these screaming, it kind of sounds like screaming monkeys, like just like chanting, or not chanting, but just screaming. And it's like, what could that be? There's no monkeys in Washington. But you can even hear my grandpa say, "Oh my God," at the end. So that was from like 1972. But he has a couple stories, and like one time, he and his friends were out somewhere in Washington, and they were driving along this gravel road. It was
and they
nighttime.
were on crack.
They were on crack. But anyway, they stopped on the side of the road and to look around for something, and one of his friends just sat down on like a tree stump that had like part of the tree still growing out of it. And he sat there for like 10 minutes and then right before everybody was going to get back in their cars and keep going,
Oh God.
the part of the tree stump that was still growing stood up, looked at him, and walked away. He thought it was like a part of a tree,
Wait, what? Wait. Back up.
He thought it was part of a tree, but it was some apparently, this is what the story is, and this happened to my grandpa's friend, not him. But there was a Bigfoot supposedly sitting next to him on this tree stump.
No.
And he didn't even realize it was him, and he just sat there for like 10 minutes and then stood up and walked away. That's what the story is. And that's like the only story he's told that I remember, really. I don't think he's really said.
That's freaking insane.
But like just a couple months ago, we were seeing him, and I asked him a little bit about, or I brought up that I watched that documentary, Missing 411, about all the missing kids go missing all over the country.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh yeah, I've heard kind of about Missing 411." And then he brought up Bigfoot, and he started. Look, it's one thing to just believe that maybe there's these creatures out here that are really elusive. They're kind of smart. They're like monkeys that kind of walk up straight.
Monkeys.
It's one thing just to believe that.
Yeah.
It's another thing to believe that they're from outer space, that they have this council, this psychic council. They can speak psychically with each other. They have telekinetic or powers and connections. They can vanish and turn into energy and fly around and stuff, and then manifest themselves as beings. And my grandpa thinks that. Not to like call him out, but I doubt he'll ever hear this.
Yeah, no, that's definitely not.
He went on like for 20 minutes talking about, and there's these things, I think they're called like the Xenu. They're the good guys, and then there's bad guys Bigfoots and good guy Bigfoots, and it was straight out of a fantasy, like a poorly written fantasy book or something like that. It was wild. So I think it would maybe be interesting to go out, because we're in prime Bigfoot area.
Yeah,
right
this
now.
is prime.
That's the one thing we have going. There's no real ghosty stuff around here, no alien stuff.
Yeah, you're right.
Because like alien stuff is in like the desert, and ghosty stuff is just not so much around here. But Bigfoot stuff is like,
this is prime.
We're in the center of where it would go down.
Yeah. No, definitely.
And
Pacific Northwest,
baby. But so I think it'd be interesting maybe to just go. Maybe if he said like, "Oh, we saw something out here," and just see what we could find. But anyway, other stuff though, like driving. I know there's a lot of places in California and around there that have California? Like the Suicide Bridge. I know
Suicide Bridge.
I think that's in California.
What is that?
It's just a bridge where a lot of people have committed suicide. It's supposedly super haunted, and Post Malone and H3 went there, and they got like a couple of voices over there.
Really?
Recording places.
That's kind of spook.
One thing I heard about recently, which was like in a conspiracy theory video, was, well, you know how in video games, you can sometimes if you press up like against a wall or you go to a certain spot, you can like glitch out of the game, and you're in like this blue void.
Yeah, that's outside of the game's
because they program the sky to be blue, so it's just like a big box of blue.
Yeah.
Well, supposedly, and I didn't see any evidence for this.
The world is like that.
Well, he said that this guy didn't even really believe in it either, but he said that the conspiracy theory goes that there's a place in Michigan there's a specific building, supposedly, where if you go in the building, you can glitch out of reality and fall into what's called Michigan Blue Hell. It's like a blue void that you just like, you're outside of reality and you like fall and stuff. Now, sounds creepy, but even this guy didn't believe it, and he was like, he didn't actually say any evidence for it or any experiences or stories people have had. He just said that it's in Michigan, an abandoned building. And so I don't believe it. But it's an interesting idea. So, but stuff like that.
Yeah.
Creepy places or weird buildings or...
Yeah, no, that doesn't seem believable. That just seems like a fun story to tell.
Yeah, it's like, what if this glitch in this video game was for real, bruh? That's what it sounds like. But also like forests, like national parks where people have
what's it
gone
called?
bye. I think I read somewhere that there's a corner, I believe, in Yellowstone National Park where it's legal to kill people.
What?
Like, there's some loophole in the law in that state that where there's like one specific corner of Yellowstone National Park where it's not illegal to murder. And like, not that we should go there and kill people, but that's just like a fun fact I thought of.
That's strange.
Like, you could get, like, you technically couldn't be charged with it because it's, I don't know why. Maybe it's not even Yellowstone, but it's a national park somewhere in the like Americas.
No man's land or some shit.
I guess so, yeah. But I've heard creepy stories out there, maybe more skinwalker activity.
Kevin, I literally hate skinwalkers.
Yeah, it's spooky.
I literally hate them.
Spooky for sure.
I don't, like, they do not bring me, like, oh, send me new ghost. No, skinwalkers, oh my god. They're so
yeah,
creepy.
spooky for sure. They make me think of the movie The Descent. Which those are all like cave creatures. They're like, you're gonna die, my boy.
I'm fine.
Minecraft. Hooray. I love Minecraft.
No, but continue.
But the really only... I mean, I heard about skinwalkers when I listened to... There's an episode of Jenna Marbles' podcast where they read a bunch of skinwalker experiences and stories. That's a good episode. Really spooky stuff. But yeah.
Oh, God. I just hate
spooky
them.
for sure.
Kevin,
Like dogs barking at the back door suddenly, or when they're out camping, and then like feeling like you're being watched, and like the stories they're all pretty believable. I mean, who knows? And they're all like posted on the Skinwalker subreddit where people who believe in that stuff talk about it. But I don't know much about it outside of those stories.
Same.
But yeah, videos like that would be fun, and I wouldn't want it to be like the main only focus or anything.
I feel it'd be like a little series.
But it would be like a
series.
Series we shoot a whole bunch and then we release, and like it'd be great fun.
I just feel okay. Kevin, you know what you haven't done, but I've been trying to get around to tell you to do?
Sure.
It's your job to record and remember every single experience I've ever had.
Oh, okay. Well, I've never really had the chance to record anything. Oh, you mean like just write down?
Yeah, write down. Not record. Like, if I like somehow remember them.
Yeah.
Like, it's just your job now.
Okay.
Because...
Well, if we want to touch on that...
yeah, no.
Like, the recent one was like the creepy camping one that you had over the summer.
Remind me. Oh my goodness!
It's so weird to me how you forget about, like, you have to be reminded of some of these, I guess.
No, I have terrible memory, Kevin.
Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, but I definitely wouldn't forget a lot of...
Like, you know, it's like if it happens so many times, you just come into a generic blur of this happened, you know?
Yeah, that makes sense. And then, like, a couple other ones from, like,
like with my grandpa and all that fun stuff. Yeah. But you need to remember these. Because obviously I cannot be relied upon.
Obviously. Okay, yeah, I do. I mean, I remember the camping one because that was wild.
It was wild, and I have people to prove it.
Yeah. I don't know. That stuff is wild to me.
So, how do I start this story? I'm a boy, a teenage boy, but I have a gift. I'm not like the other boys. That's how, like, every middle schooler tries to write their stories with superpowers and stuff.
Correctamundo.
Yeah, it's fucking generic. Anyways, so, at camp, I think I'm actually gonna pull up a picture of me very generically drawing them.
Dope.
I'll
put it in the podcast.
Shut up, you're dope.
Okay.
You're dope.
Pretty dope.
Speaking of dopamine, no.
Dope.
So, I've been trying to... Here. Wait, hold on. So I work at this camp. I'm not going to say the camp's name because I don't want to get sued or something.
Mm-hmm.
Just for safety purposes. But, so here's the... It's in a journal. I drew those.
Nice.
It was in my friend's journal. My friend's name is Matthew. Basically, I was at camp. I was at this camp over the summer. I volunteer there to be a counselor's assistant, you know?
Mm-hmm.
All that fun stuff, because I'm a virgin. I'm a nerd. I think that helping kids will really help me get pussy.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So you're only doing it for that.
Yeah,
Nice.
but I will say it has not been very successful.
Well, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so I would say that. Anyways, so basically, I was just big chilling outside on this porch. And let me give you the setting. It's this cabin-like structure. And everyone's inside watching this movie. They connected a projector to a laptop and it's on this like projector and all that fun shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm chilling outside because they're watching Napoleon Dynamite or some shit. And
I've seen that.
I've never watched it and I had no interest in watching it.
It's okay.
You know, yeah. See, I didn't really feel like I was missing out on anything or everything. So I was just chilling outside, talking to my friends, having a grand old time. You know?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, so the setting is, it's like a small field. Maybe about 125 feet away from us is like this little like woods, this little patch of woods, and around it is all field. It's like this little patch of woods in the middle. And I'm just chilling, talking to my friends, having a good time, blah blah blah, you know, talking about life, our stresses in school, how much we hate, insert whatever we fucking hate.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden I just get this chill.
Black
I feel
people.
this. Yeah, black people. Did you just say black people?
I might have said black people.
He did not just say black people.
I don't know. You talk a lot about how this like slavery was black people's fault and stuff like that. It's kind of questionable. I know you said not to bring it up in the podcast, so I'll cut this out.
Yeah, you'll cut this out. And like, in all honesty, Hitler wasn't. I mean, not to get political in it, but Hitler wasn't. No, okay, so he. Where am I going with that?
Hitler, yeah.
Yeah, he killed a bunch of people, but like, was he really that bad?
Anyway, you saw Hitler?
Yeah, I saw Hitler. We made out a little.
Okay.
And Albert Einstein was there.
Nice.
So I felt like this, like, just this chill. Like, ghost, something watching me.
Mm-hmm.
And, basically, it's about probably like 6 or 7. It's probably about like 6 or 7 at night. And we're all just chilling. And since it's summer, it's late nights, like, 6 or 7 isn't even that dark.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just looking around, but there are, like, little shadows everywhere. And I look off into the distance. And I just see this form. You know, this figure chilling, just big chilling.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, oh, trees, very cool, whatever. And I ignore it. A couple minutes later, it's gone. I'm like, okay, the sun's going down. I must have shifted the shadow. A couple minutes later, it's back. And I'm like, all right, this is a bruh moment, as the boys put it. This is a bruh moment. So I'm focusing on it. And my vision, like, starts to, like, focus in. Like, all my peripherals... Like, my peripheral vision starts to blur and starts to focus on, like, this one little object, whatever it may be. And I'm just like, what the hell is this thing? It's just chilling at me. It's just looking at me. It wants to fucking fight me or some shit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, oh, God, this is creepy. So I look away from it, and my body is just all kinds of physically jacked up. And basically, my ears get super fucking hot. Like, they get super hot. They get super red and hot.
Mm-hmm.
And my hands and the rest of my body, I'm cold. I'm in a cold sweat. The rest of my body's in a cold sweat. Yeah. I'm shaking. I'm just like, oh, God. This shit's crazy. Oh, fuck. So then I'm like, okay, whatever. So I try to ignore it. I'm just trying to collect myself. And I look up above the trees in that middle little patch of, like, trees in the middle of the fucking, whatever it's called. The field, I guess.
Sure, yeah.
It's more like a camping area, so it's like a flat ground where RVs park. But I look at the top and I see these 2 figures. Now, if I show you the picture, these two figures in pink.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically what I saw at the top of the trees. They were just standing there, big chilling, and it was just like figures. It was dark, like the pink ones.
Yeah, I see.
With the horns, and they were just big fucking chilling. They were just up there, and I'm like, what the fuck is that type shit? And I didn't mention it to anyone. I was just like, I don't want to look like a fucking tweaker. You know, this shit's crazy. And like my vision just slowly, like, it's almost like it gets blurry on the, like, around my eyes. And then like, it's hard, like, it's almost like everything's like pointing into the middle of my vision. It's like my body wants to focus on what I ever see in the middle. It's almost like I'm developing tunnel vision.
Yeah, sure.
And so I'm doing that, and I'm just like, why can't I just focus? And I look around again and again and again, and I see off to the right of the middle patch is like more trees, and I see this figure here. Where is he? I see this one. The one's hunched over. Like his arms are like this. He's in the pink above. And this guy's huge.
Jeez.
He's huge. I have a friend that's 6. Kevin, how tall are you?
6'2".
Damn it. I have a friend that's 6'2". His name's Joe. And like, I have a friend that's as tall as you, Kev.
Yeah.
And basically this thing's his like hands are big enough to just grab you like this. His thumbs would touch like this.
Mm-hmm.
And just pick you up and walk away like you're a little stick.
Huh.
And it's terrifying. Because that guy specifically, I used to talk with Joe specifically, like late at night. And I would just feel it. You know, just like feel it. Like it's like, you know, like let's say it's like almost like air. Like you can feel when the air's hot or when it's thin or when it's heavy or when it's cold. It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
But basically I felt that and I was just like, what the fuck is going on? I'm just seeing all this shit. So I'm like, I can't be here. So I'm like, all right, boys, let's go inside. And they're like, what? Why are we going to go inside? I'm like, let's just go inside. Everyone just go inside. And I look to the left of, like, the middle trees again. And I see, dun, 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 dun. I drew him again. Where is he? I see this guy. No. I see this guy right here. And he's big chilling. He's the most humanoid person I see. And what I do is as when everyone goes inside, I walk up to the middle trees. I'm about 5-10 feet away from it. And I just close my eyes and I'm just like, let's see what fucking happens. You know, let's just see what happens. And I hear, do you know what what's it called? African throat music?
Mongolian throat
singing?
Yeah.
Mongolian throat singing, you know what that sounds? It's like
Yeah. Yep.
That's exactly what I heard. And that's not the first time I've heard that. I hear that not a lot, but I hear that as a common thing. It's like one of the beginning things that I hear when I feel something, you know?
Really? I did not know this.
It's like, whoa.
Yeah.
It feels like a bunch
do you
of...
think it's actually like a person, like like a voice, or do you think it's like some weird humming like some, not like from a person, just like some vibrational, like...
Well, I mean... do I think it's something that's like physical?
Or does it just sound like Mongolian?
It sounds like it.
Like identical to it?
Not like directly identical, but that's the best thing I could describe.
Okay, that's the best. Okay, yeah.
It's not like, oh, it sounds like a Taylor Swift song.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
It sounds like something like it. That's the best way I can describe it, you know?
Sure.
But basically, so like, and I heard that while my eyes were closed, and I just look around, and I'm like, oh, fuck this. And I just cannot explain, like, I just could not explain it. It felt like I was in a bubble, but it was like layers of bubbles, and I felt like a different thing based on, like, on each layer of bubble, I guess. It's hard to explain. It's like a presence. You know, like in anime, they were like, I feel your energy, chi, you know, like that. It was kind of like that. And then I just come back, and I'm like, all right, that was chill. But, like, as I'm walking back, I just start tearing up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I wasn't like, or like my throat wasn't like choked up or anything. I just start crying. And it's not like this crying, like I'm crying. It's like
eyes water, a whole bunch, like allergies almost.
Almost like allergies.
Okay, I get that sometimes.
But like it just would not fucking stop.
Yeah.
It's like when you keep your eyes open for a hell long time and your body needs to fucking rehydrate.
Yeah.
Your eyeballs, your eye holes. And, like, everyone's looking at me like, are you okay? What happened? What happened? Are you okay? And I'm like, I explained it. I basically just explained what I told you to them. And I go, yeah, this stuff is, like, you know, that was pretty strange. It was pretty extreme.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, oh, my God. And I'm like, yeah, this stuff's fucking crazy. And they're, like, Christians and all that shit. So they're like, these are demons, and you're blessed by God to see them.
Wait, is that actually what they said? You're blessed to see these demons?
Yeah, he's like, God gives the strongest warriors these gifts to fight the demons. And I'm just like, all right, bro.
Well, that's a wild answer.
Yeah, I know. But,
okay, yeah.
You know, I was like, they're just trying to help.
Yeah.
They're just trying to help. They're just trying to make me feel
keep your
better.
head down.
Just like, thank you for this.
Okay.
When you hear all their thoughts and prayers, and you just are fearless all of a sudden. No, they're like, and basically, they're all that fun stuff. Mm-hmm. So basically, a couple days, maybe probably like 3 days later, we're all in this amphitheater, and this guy's giving this like speech and all this fun shit, and I just see this it's insane. It's like this fucking, it's literally like, I feel like it was Satan. Like, I can't, like, that's the best thing I can describe it as. Like, this. Hold
on, let me ask you a question then, just to stop you for a second. When you saw the first things a couple days earlier, like, did you feel like it was something really negative? Or did you
hell yes.
Like, okay, but, like, less negative than this time?
Yes, I feel they were, like, there to just fuck me up.
But you don't always feel like something super negative, do you?
No, like, so there, I want to say there's, like, different levels, you know?
Okay,
like,
yeah, that makes sense.
It's like, if I'm in my room and I feel it, which that's usually where most of my stories take place, in my room, late at night.
Yeah. Which
I will probably get around to telling on other podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, if I've had those ones for, like, the fattest fucking minute, since I was a kid, so it's like, ugh, here we go again. It's like, I know what to do, you know? Like, but, like, these ones, it was a totally new thing. It was like, uh-oh, wait, there's more of them, you know? That's basically what I felt. It was fucking insane. But, like, the one, like, so we were in the amphitheater, and I was like, I don't know. It was like, okay, do you know what Gmod, you know Gmod, right?
Yeah.
Do you know
Gary's Mod, yeah.
Do you know the T-pose? Like, the T-pose when they're like that? And, like, you know how you can, like, fly around?
Yeah, okay, yeah, I've seen that, yeah.
It was basically that. But he wasn't in T-pose. It was just this, like...
Okay.
It was this, like, semi-noticeably muscular figure of, like, this fucking thing.
Wait, was he, like, flying high in the air or on the ground, or...
So, like, how it's set up is, like, the amphitheater's built on, like, this slant of a hill.
Okay.
And the rest of it is, like, all foresty grown up. It's not, like, grown out. It's not, like, a plains, like... Yeah. It's just, like, there's, like, forest. So, like, I would look out, and just because I was fucking bored, I'd look out, and I'd see him, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Oh, it's obviously, like, a drone or something, because right next to the camp is a military base. There's, like, a military base in Yelm. That's where the camp is. So I was like, oh, it's probably just a fucking drone or, like, something, or, like, a helicopter in the far, far distance, or something of the matter. And then I look away, and then I come back, and I look at it again, and it's like, it's in another place. It's just chilling. It's like a noticeably dark figure. And, like, at this time, it's probably between 7:30 and 8 o'clock. And I'm just, like, staring at this thing. And, like, my heart rate's going up, and I'm just like, if this thing fucking moves any closer, I'm gonna piss myself. And then everyone just starts, like, leaving because the guy's done talking and shit. He's like, oh, blah, 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 motivation. So as we come out of camp, don't fail school. And everyone starts leaving. I'm like, oh, hell no. I'm not being alone with this motherfucker. Oh, hell no. So one of my friends, as she starts walking away, I just grab her. I'm like, you're not fucking leaving me alone. I just grab her, and I hug her, and I start crying again.
Yeah, this part I remember. I don't remember the dark... Like, you kind of just told a shorter version of this last time. But yeah, keep going. So I grab her and I start hugging her and I just start crying. And it's not like before. It's not like before, like, oh, my eyes are tearing, I don't know why I'm crying. I was bawling the fuck out. Mm-hmm. I was fucking crying. And basically, long story short, she's like, what's happening? And then she calls, like, another friend over. And, like, I'm shaking. And, like, I can't feel my hands. Like, you know, like, when you're... you know, like, when, like, your hands are falling asleep, and it feels all prickly? Yeah.
It felt nothing like that.
Okay, cool.
It felt like nothing. I was like, I could not feel my hands.
Just completely numb. Just
like I like couldn't control them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I'd look at them, and it's almost like sleep paralysis when you try to move but you can't.
Yeah.
It was like that, but to my hands. And I was crying so hard. You ever like cry so? You probably don't cry, but like, you ever cry so hard that like your teeth start to vibrate?
I don't know if
just
I
like
can specifically
have a feeling of vibration. It's not like I'm cold and I'm like, but like,
I get what you're saying though. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's basically what went down. And I'm like, we need to get out of here. And they're like, and like, I sound like a little kid. I was like, we need to get out of here. And they're like, what? What are you saying? And I'm just like, we need to get out of here. And that's what I sounded. I was like, we need to get out of here. And then we started fucking walking out of there, and I was like, thank the fucking Lord. And I couldn't even fucking walk. They had to fucking help me. And I was just like, that's a fat bruh moment.
Seriously.
No, like, yeah, that was a bruh fucking moment.
Yeah. Is that like the end of the tale?
Other than that, we just went into the nurse's office just to chill out.
Yeah.
And then I was like, yeah, so basically this, and this. And then I called my friend over, because it wasn't my journal that I wrote in, it was his. So I had to call him over, so he had to come back, and I showed them the journal.
Nice.
And they're like, we're here to help.
Yeah.
Jesus is Lord. Yeah, that's basically
You broke a piece of bedrock a second ago.
No, I didn't.
I swear to God you did.
No, I didn't.
Okay, maybe not, but I thought I saw it. Oh, it was probably just that. Anyway, enough Minecraft. I have a couple of questions. So, is that like the most severe, any kind of emotion, like emotional reaction you've gotten to any of the experiences?
Recently, yes.
Recently? So, like something similar or somewhat similar has happened?
Before?
Not even like crying, but like angry or something like that?
I want to say yes. Like, probably not something... I guarantee I've, like, experienced... Like, I bet, like, the first time I experienced what I have...
Mm-hmm.
I bet I reacted like a pussy. Mm-hmm. Obviously.
You're like 5 or 6, right?
Yeah, probably. You're like... And when you're 5 or 6, you probably fucking, like, associate it with something that you can explain. Like, oh, I'm just scared of the dark. Yeah. Monsters aren't real. You know? Mm-hmm. That's just... But, like, in all honesty... I mean...
Yeah.
I probably did act like that, or like I did react like that before. But most of the time I like rationalize it with, oh, I'm just sick, I'm just tired, or some shit like that. But now like I just know when, oh shit, something's coming up. You know, something's trying to roll up on me.
Yeah. And like you've never seen anything remotely close to that, like in the woods where at your house is, or anything like the stuff you saw in the woods. You've never seen anything like that anywhere else?
And that's no, I haven't. That's a completely new experience.
So you think it's something to do with that location?
I personally think it is.
Like, have you been to that place before?
Yes. That was my probably like 6th or 7th year there.
Oh wow, but nothing like that has ever happened before.
Yes, it's like stuff has, but
you've seen things, but not nearly as extreme.
Yeah, not near. It's like woo. What was that?
Yeah.
Woo, I feel something. Woo, something, I hear it. You know, and it's like something you can really just... At this point, when you live with it for like 18 years, it's like something like, if it's serious, I'll do something. But if it's just, woo, you know, you walk it off. You know, like what's his name? Landon. Yeah, Landon, of course. At Landon's house. Do you remember that?
The first time you ever talked about it?
Yeah.
Yes, I think that's the... Unless you, like, it's happened and you didn't say anything, I think that's the only time I've been there when you've seen stuff.
Yeah. It was, like probably one of the most, like, how it I think it developed over time. Like, before, it was, like, the earliest, what's it called? Like, the earliest memory I have of these things was, like, it was formless. Mm-hmm. It was a presence. And it would be, like, just dark motions and shapes. Mm-hmm. Just creeping around, just out of vision. And be like, oh, that's obviously just me being retarded in the fucking head. But, you know, as you get older, you start to realize you're not retarded in the head. Mm-hmm. Most of the time. Yeah. And it really just fucks you. And personally, it fucked me in the butt. Really badly. But, oh, fuck me. Fun fact, I'm playing Minecraft, and I accidentally made 4 wooden shovels instead of...
Don't you love it when that happens?
Instead of 4 iron pickaxes. So anyways,
Dang.
continue. What was your next question?
Well, we gotta go back.
Okay, what do you mean we gotta go back?
Like, is that place open to the public?
No, it's private.
It's private, okay.
It's a camp. It's private.
Yeah. But it's not like a camp you could just roll up on.
No. You have to be with like, oh, I want to reserve this one cabin for me and my family for 4 days.
Okay, so it's not like it's not a specifically Bible camp or Christian camp?
No, it's a conference center too.
Okay. So
No.
we could potentially, outside of that whole Christian Bible thing, like rent a cabin for 2 days or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to get the experience.
1 or 2 days or something. That'd be something cool to do.
I'd definitely be willing.
That.
Yeah.
That'd be epic.
I'd
would
be
love
willing
to do that.
that.
For sure.
I could show you literally everything. We could pair this up with actual video proof
Yeah, we can do
of where I
another
was.
follow-up video with all the...
I would definitely be willing to do that.
Like this summer or something. Maybe when Brett's back.
Yeah.
All the boys. That'd be epic.
I'm pretty sure it's like low-key kind of expensive to go there, but whatever.
Well, 1 day, hopefully. Or we'd only need 1 day.
Yeah, we only
maybe
need
2 days.
Yeah, and we just need to grind it out. I don't even like that place that much. So
Yeah.
fuck that place.
That's wild. For sure, I think that's the wildest story you've ever told me.
No way. There's been worse. There's definitely been worse, though you're just not remembering.
I mean, maybe not, but like, I don't know. A lot of the other ones are kind of. I mean, they're all in your room, or like there hasn't been too many outside of your house. I feel like
you're right.
One of the only times was when we were at Landon's and we first. I think the topic came up because we were talking about Ouija boards and whether or not we'd ever try.
Oh my
Ouija
god!
board.
Fuck those things. I do it.
You do it? Yeah. Okay. I think you said you wouldn't then, and I said I probably would, but only if I was doing it with the boys.
I'd probably do it only if like I had the Bible and like 7 tons of holy water dumped on me.
I think I'd still do it with the boys. Probably not at any of our houses.
Oh fuck yeah.
Definitely not at any.
Well, I feel they can
actually
just follow you home.
They could, but I feel like it's less likely.
It's less guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
Just
it's almost
better on your
guaranteed.
psychological.
Like just
brain.
letting that stuff into your house, even if it's I don't know about that.
Yeah. No, definitely.
But we were talking about that, and then you brought all that up, and you said only like earlier that night you'd seen some short white figure or tall white figure in the bathroom, another black figure.
Fuck his bathroom.
And then
hated that place.
And we went back out there, and you saw it again after like 10 minutes of sitting out there, and then we left.
Yeah, and then like I always would. I hate completely open doors.
Huh.
I hate them. I fucking hate them because that's like the prime spot for those little fuckers to just peek out and flip you off on. Not really like flip you off, but just so you know.
Yeah.
Like, but fuck, I hate.
That makes sense.
I hate fully open doors. Just like swung wide open. Not like open where like the door's touching like the other wall, but like open when it's like just straight out.
So it's like it goes so it's not like this.
A 90 degree.
Yeah, like or 180 degree. You mean because 90 degree would just be against.
Well, I was saying 90 degree, like it's like. Like it's like directly adjacent, like what's perpendicular? What's the two perpendicular and
Hold on. Let me just open this door and spook you.
So if it was open all the way like that.
Okay, like this?
Yeah, that's 90 degrees.
Okay, I thought you meant like if there was no wall here and it was open like
like that. No.
Against the wall.
If it was against the wall, I wouldn't mind. That's 180 because that's a flat line.
Yeah. Okay, so not 180, just 90.
90.
Like this?
Yeah. Because they...
I'm scaring you every time I open it or something.
Fuck, I just hate it, because if it's open long enough, I'll like, my brain will be like, I'm going to develop something.
That's weird.
Or it's not, my brain isn't developing anything. There's actually something there.
Mm-hmm. Your brain just can see things that are there, but nobody else can.
Unless it's according to the people at camp, they're like, God gives strong people, power. Ow.
Yep.
Powers.
You've been chosen by God to fight the demons.
Yeah, fuck you, God. God damn it, dude. Suck my cock. I didn't ask for this. I'm not even getting paid.
Seriously.
God.
Yeah, that's wild stuff.
No, but we need to, off camera, we need to write down, you need to, like, trigger something in my brain.
Yeah, I can't.
Just, like...
off the top of my head, I can't remember too much outside of like the one where like 4 hours passed in a short amount of time, or
Oh my god!
because that was the one with your grandpa.
Yes. Okay, so I'll tell that one too.
Oh, did we want to just spill them out on this one?
Yeah, because
or we could like stop this one and just start a new episode because this has been about an hour.
All right.
Okay, so that's the end of the Feeding Tube episode 2.
Wait, let's make an official outro.
Official outro?
Yeah, let's just wind down the conversation. We can't just cut it.
Well, yeah, you're right. Well, it's end of Feeding Tube episode dose.
Yeah, this is the end of Feeding Tube episode dose. This one was all over the fucking place.
But
again, it always like starts with some shit, and then it ends with me just telling a big ass story.
Well, yeah, that's good though. You don't want like just the whole thing to be one topic, or because I don't want to. Maybe occasionally, but I don't necessarily want.
Yeah, it has to
like
be a big
that
topic.
one week it's about to do would be like could be one topic, but I like when we jump to a few different things.
Yeah, and then we really yeah. So this
All
has
right.
been Feeding Tube numero dos. Adios.
Adi dose.